Alright, Skol Nation, thanks for being with me. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, comment, and share this content. Skol, baby. Oh yes, Mike. Welcome to Talk Vikings with me. This is your host, and we are going to play the New Orleans Saints. And I want to be very petty. We are gonna beat the bloody mess out of the Saints. Okay? How's my English accent? Is it? It's like English mixed with Australian. I gotta work on my English accent. Okay? I can never get good at it. I know they don't really pronounce their T's. It's like in their D's, like bloody and noise and certain words that I know. But I gotta get my English accent. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. Welcome to Talk Vikings with me. We are playing the Saints in Europe, as you all know. I'm pretty sure. If you don't know, well, now you know. We're playing in London. I love when we go out to play to London. I think the last time we played there, we won. But we got the Saints. Now, you know, it's certain teams that's, you know, they have a losing record right now. I mean, the season is still super young, like super duper young. The Bengals were what? Weren't they 0-3 or 0 whatever? And they put a whooping on the. Oh, Tua. God bless Tua. Pray for Tua. I heard he's doing good. Like, he got out the hospital that same night, and he's doing, I guess it was just some nerve reaction. But that was a scary sight, man. I saw that. I was just, you know, when you just have that cringe face, the whole time my face was like, it's like, just the whole time that was going on, I was like, it was horrific. But, you know, praying for Tua. Hope he, you know. I don't want to play when the Dolphins. I don't want him to play though. Can y'all not declare him to play till after they play the Vikings? You know what I mean? I want to play Teddy. Play Teddy B. That's who I want to play against. But whatever. Tua's a great quarterback, man. He's frightening. Like, he's super good. Those Alabama quarterbacks, something. Him and Jalen Hurts is those two dudes, man. They're making it happen. They're special. Like, they can throw. They got the arm and they can run. I mean, but anyway, enough of all that. We got the Saints, and the Saints could be a scary team. You know, they could be a scary team. They still have star players on both offense and defense. They have Alvin Kamara. And they got this new wide receiver, Chris. Was he there last year? Chris Olave. No, I think he's new there, but he's a monster. Like, he can ball. And they have Michael Thomas on the other side. So our cornerbacks, their hands are gonna be super full with this team. Like, I don't trust the Saints. Everybody's like, oh, they suck. The only problem the Saints have is that quarterback position. Okay, that quarterback position, and they're gonna start Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton can play. Like, I remember he used to play with the Bengals, and Andy Dalton used to make the playoffs, and now they used to make the playoffs every year, but they would get their ass kicked every first round. They will always make the playoff, and for some reason, there will always be a wild card team. I think they made a division round one time. You know, they had a super great record, and they skipped the wild card game. And they made a division round to where, you know, the division you don't have to play the wild card weekend because your record is so good. You just have to wait for the winner of that game to play you. But for some reason, they always lost their first game in the playoffs, always. And Andy Dalton, everybody keep talking about my quarterback Kirk Cousins, but I mean, people like Andy Dalton calls his coach his job. Well, they cost each other their jobs because sooner or later they both will be let go or traded or whatever. Marvin Lewis, that's his name. I used to like Marvin Lewis, man, but they just couldn't win a playoffs game. I think they never won a playoffs game. It was like 10 years in a row. They just always made the playoffs, always made the playoffs, always made the playoffs, and never ever made it past the first round. That's got to be like a record or something. But anyway, my point is Andy Dalton can ball. Like he's an experienced quarterback. Because I guess what's the kid name that they drafted? I'm so bad with names. This is not good. This is really not good. But not the Bears. What the hell am I talking about? I'm thinking about the Bears. We're playing the Saints. Jameis has been having, like, I wanted Jameis. I don't want to play against Andy Dalton because you don't know what he's gonna bring. He probably has something to prove. You know, I want the Jameis that played against Tampa Bay. I want the Jameis from the first few weeks. Okay, that interception machine. But I guess he's hurt or whatever. So I wish he would still play, man. Like that's who I want to play against. But playing against Andy Dalton, I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little frightened. Not frightened, but like I'm a little, because I don't know what he can bring. And he used to be a winning quarterback. That's never made it deep in the playoffs. But like he used to be a good quarterback. I think he made the Pro Bowl a few times. So we're gonna have our hands full. And we got to come with a game plan. Where I don't know if they game plan for Jameis or they know we're not going to be playing Jameis, or are the Saints going to switch it around last minute or whatever because they so trust Jameis Winston. I don't know, but that's who I want to play against because he's an interception machine. Like just his own teammates know it. Like he's going to throw a few picks, so he's good for it. But other than that, the teams are pretty evenly matched up. I would say that we have the advantage as far as like star players. We have a little. I think our linebacking core is better than theirs. They have a great defensive line. They got Cam Jordan. We have great linemen. We got great air rushers. Cam Jordan he's a defensive end. He's a great air rusher. He's a great edge rusher, and we obviously have to worry about him. He's one of those Pro Bowlers that make it like every year or every couple years or whatever. Or he's like Patrick Peterson. He was in the Pro Bowl like for like a certain stretch just every year for a certain period of time. I don't know if he made it last year, but he's a Pro Bowl caliber defensive end. He's a Pro Bowl caliber edge rusher. We got to worry about dudes like Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore is one of my favorite cornerbacks in the NFL. He's a shutdown corner. Him, Jalen Ramsey, the boy from the Eagles we just played. There's a few shutdown corners in the league that we'll go against them. It's a nightmare. So, but JJ, I know JJ. He gets a lot of attention and he draws a lot of defenders to him. But I want JJ to have a good game. I don't want him to just be this decoy receiver that we're just using, because he's so good and everybody's gonna be paying attention to him. And he gets like what was it last game? Three receptions for 14 yards. Like, come on, man. It's just we gotta find ways to get the ball in Justin Jefferson's hand. So. Hopefully JJ has a good game. Hopefully the Saints has been watching the last few weeks and they're like, you know what? Let's ease off him a little bit. We got a great cornerback in on Lattimore, and let's leave him a little one-on-one with Lattimore, which I think JJ is gonna win. Marshawn Lattimore is a great cornerback, but Justin is just faster and bigger and taller, and he got these moves on him. But it's gonna be an interesting matchup, But we have a great running back. They got a great running back. They got Alvin Kamara. He could ball. Everybody's getting older, but he can ball. I think him and Dalvin are around the same age. They kind of came into the league around the same time. I'm pretty sure. So those two are evenly matched. Even though I think Dalvin is better. I mean that's Chef Cook. But Alvin Kamara can ball too. He's got moves. He's fast. So the teams are evenly matched up. They got great DBs. We got great DBs. I mean, We got Harrison Smith. He's cleared, Pro Bowler. I don't know if does Marcus Williams still play for them now. Now, as far as safeties, I think our safety is better. But cornerbacks, we got Pat P. They got Lattimore. Tiny Dantzler got to step up. The linebackers got to step. I think Dantzler and what's the other? Not Kendricks. Our other linebacker, the new one. What's his name? I think they were the lowest graded defensive players over the last few weeks. Oh, especially the last game. So Dantzler got to step his game up. He gets a lot of passes thrown his way. They pick on him a lot, and I know he can do his thing. I know he can do better, But Pat P is gonna hold his own, even though he's getting older. Pat P can still ball. So my point is, these teams are evenly matched. The only edge we have over them is just a little edge. It's two things really. We probably have one or two more better players than them, but the thing is, the quarterback position. Our quarterback position has been pretty consistent. We have our quarterback has been the only quarterback we've had. He hasn't really has any problem or any injuries. Kirk has been pretty healthy all year. It's been our same quarterback, but they're switching their quarterbacks. Their quarterback has been throwing a lot of interceptions. Their quarterback hasn't been really reliable. Their quarterback has been hurt, and they're going to have a different quarterback. So what I'm saying is, we have the advantage in this game. Even though they have star players, they are a great team. They're kind of starting off to a rough start, but 1-2 with a 17-game season. I mean, the season is still super young. Like, I won't even count that as anything. They could still go 1-3 and still bounce back. That's how good of a team they are. You know what I mean? So, like I made an example earlier with the Bengals. They went to the Super Bowl last year. That Bengals team that I saw play against the Dolphins. Now, that's a team that's making a statement. Like, no, we're still good, and we're the team that made the Super Bowl last year. We are still talented, even though Tua got injured and had to leave. The Dolphins lost their star quarterback, but Bridgewater can still ball or whatever. But my point is, the Bengals showed up and they showed out and they played like they were sending a message. So I expect a win from the Vikings, but I expect the game to be close. I expect this game to be as close as that Lions game. I don't want it to be scary close, but I expect it to be close, just based on the matchups, based on how the both teams have performed so far, and the simple fact that we're not going to be playing Jameis Winston. A lot of people can say that they should probably have a winning record right now if Jameis hasn't been playing so bad or throwing all these interceptions. So basically their only problem is their quarterback position, and they have a pretty capable quarterback in Andy Dalton. Like I've given his history. So it's gonna be pretty interesting, man. We'll see what happens, but just not just because the Vikings is my team, but if I was an outsider looking at this and analyzing everything, the Vikings have the chance, or the Vikings have the edge to win this game. Based on just everything and all the analytics and just the caliber of players and the whole nine. So we'll see you, mate, after the game, and I have to work on my English accent, and we'll see how it plays out. I gotta go to sleep early tonight, so I gotta catch the game early in the morning. I'll catch you guys after the game. Skol to what are we gonna be? 3-1. Skol to 3-1, and I'll catch you guys after the game. Skol, baby.